Good evening, everyone. Today is Tuesday, July 16th, 2019. Welcome to the DJ Danny Show on HamiltonRadio.net, streamed HR2. I'm your host, DJ Danny, and I'm joined on the phone with an amazing musician that has a lot of music coming out that we're going to be talking about, but everyone knows him for his one song. Do you wanna say what your song is before I announce who you are?
Not Gonna Buy Your Love.
Not Gonna Buy Your Love. And where can people get that?
You can get that wherever you would like to look for it. So iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, all those places.
Okay, and who's this mystery guest I have? I have.
My name is.
Go on.
Yeah, my name is Lee Brown.
And it's an honor to have you here.
Thank you.
Just everything that you've done and the music that you're working on is just, like I was saying before we got on air, it's very catchy and it touches everyone in a different spot depending on, where we feel it. Our hearts, feel it through your head because it's very catchy. It's just such a beautiful song, and I can go on and on talking about your song, but I think a lot of people need to hear it, and we're going to play that in the middle of this interview tonight.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Lee. So a little bit in the beginning, before you first got into music, you grew up in the UK, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay, what area?
Okay, so I was brought up in a very small town. It's called Biddulph, which is spelled Biwulph. It's a really weird name, I know.
That's cute.
It's in a city called Stoke-on-Trent. So I was brought up there in a very, very small town.
Okay.
With very little people. And I went to school there. I went to primary school, middle school, and high school, all in the same city.
Mm-hmm.
And I lived in the same house my whole life. And when I was about 18, I moved to Liverpool to go to university.
Okay, that's the university you went to. And what did you, when you went to the university, what were you looking to do as your major first? Like, was it music right away, or did you have other, intakes you wanted to pull out and see?
It wasn't always music. I mean, I've always liked music. I've always been into musical theatre and stuff like that. But originally, I was considering a career in graphic design. I think that's been one of my career choices since I was very young. I've always loved graphic design. I've always loved, designing stuff like posters. I've always designed posters for my friends and things like that. So I've always been interested in graphic design, but it was only, I guess, when it came to the part of my life where I had to decide what I was going to study at university.
Mm-hmm.
I applied for a few colleges to do graphic design, and I applied for a few colleges to do musical theatre and performing arts. And it just so happened that I got approved into LEPA, which is this amazing school in Liverpool owned by Paul McCartney, and I got the opportunity to go there, and it was just an opportunity that I couldn't turn down. So I went for that over the graphic design one, because I know the graphic design is going to be there for me until I'm 7 years old. So.
Oh. Well, you can still do graphic design on the side.
Exactly. No, I've obviously loved graphic design and art and stuff, but music is definitely my passion, and it's definitely what keeps the fire burning. So, yeah.
Wow. And when you were in that school, because you said you got in there and that was your major, did you do musical theater? Were you in some shows?
So it was a musical theater major as such. I mean, the major was actually in dance.
Okay.
But they have many courses. So it's a performing arts college, so it's kind of like FAME. But what they do is they have like maybe 6 different majors. And so they have dance, music, acting, theatre design, entertainment management. They have like a lot of other stuff as well, lighting and sound design. So they're like the 6 or 7 majors that they have. And it just so happened that the dance course was the most well-rounded course that they have. So in the dance course, it's kind of divided into dancing, acting, and singing.
Oh, okay.
So you kind of learn the musical theatre triple threat thing. Which is what I wanted. I wasn't too sure which direction I wanted to go in performing arts. So the dance course definitely showed me all 3 options.
And do you feel like you like where the singing and the dancing is kind of at? Or do you want to keep with acting as well, like on the side?
Oh, I want to do all 3. I mean, I've already had like a semi-half career in dance. I worked as a dancer in England before I even moved out to Los Angeles. So I kind of like I was a choreographer, and I used to post videos to YouTube and stuff. So that's how I got my start. It's actually one of the reasons how I got moved to LA in the first place, through dance. But no, so yeah, I think I definitely want to tap into acting. I just haven't really. I've been so busy with music that I haven't even had the opportunity to do so yet. But when the opportunity presents itself, of course.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about this boy band that you were in? I think it was like 2015, correct?
Yeah. So I moved out here on New Year's Eve 2014 was the first day I moved here. The band's called Phase 5, and we were like a urban pop international boy band. So we were all from around the world. We had a guy from Belgium, Puerto Rico, Indiana, Florida, and then me from England. And we they held auditions, and we assembled in Los Angeles. And I was actually the last member to join the band. So there was a guy from Canada before me, but he, for whatever reason, left the band, and they needed a new member. So they, like I said, they found a video of mine on YouTube of me dancing, and they asked if I could sing, and I said no. And I was just kidding, but they said, can they send some videos? So I sent some videos through, and they liked what they heard, and they had me over. And next thing I know, 2 weeks later, after getting an email, I packed my bags and moved to Los Angeles.
Wow. So that was like.
But it was a really fun time. It was as soon as I moved out here, I was straight on tour, straight in the recording studio, and doing all that boy band stuff. So I don't regret it, of course.
Yeah, and you've got really close with the boys or the members that you were with, and you felt good vibes and bonds, and you probably were very busy because, did you know a little bit of half the time where you were going, or you just hoped other people did and you went with them, or how did that work?
Well, I mean, I was kind of shooting in the blind, but I knew the guys online, kind of, so I knew that I was going to be living with this band, and I kind of met them online and through FaceTime and stuff, so I knew almost what I was getting myself into, but by any means did I realize the extent of what I was going to be, like, that my life was about to change for the rest of my life, you know?
But, like, so, a good
no, I didn't know what I was getting involved in, but I kind of had an inkling.
And you're very lucky, too, because if anyone posts anything online nowadays, you never know if it's real or if it's something else. You know what I mean? Like, how did you...
Oh, yeah,
you just
have to
saw it and you were like, I think that, you wanted to audition, I understand that. But what if the audition was fake? I mean, thankfully you weren't in that situation, and God bless everyone for that. But what would have happened? Would you have known, like, gotten an instinct feeling?
I mean, luckily I booked my flights and I booked everything, so if the audition was all online, so once they told me I was in, I kind of booked my own flight. So it's not like the flight could have been fake or anything like that. So I made my own way to Los Angeles.
Okay, got you.
Exactly. The worst case scenario would have happened. Like, I would have moved to Los Angeles and, had a vacation. But no, it was all real. Like, I FaceTimed them all before I moved there, and I emailed, I researched the company and stuff, and everything was amazing. Like, it was so legit. It was perfect.
Well, I'm glad that you said you researched the company. That's the biggest thing before you get to know everyone else, because you never know.
Oh, absolutely.
So with Phase 5, that would kind of give you, like, the aspect of you were in a boy band. Now you're a single solo artist, as you are. And from the boy band to solo artist, how does it feel? Does it feel different, because you don't have your gang, like your friends with you, or how do you...
Oh, huge. It's a huge difference. I mean, working with a boy band is like working with your brothers, and it's like working with your best friends, and you always have people to talk to. When your single's coming out, you've got people to be excited with and stuff like that, which I do miss. But it's all about having a good team around you. So kind of, I wouldn't want to say replace my boy band, but like I've kind of now have like a good team that plays with me live, and they're incredible. So I'm never alone. I've always got people around me. So I think that's the key, to just surround yourself with people.
Yeah, but you can always talk to people too, so that's good. Like, you never feel
exactly,
lonely
yeah.
Or anything.
But no, that's what I miss. I mean, it's definitely different being on stage and not having anybody to harmonize with you, or have the boy band dance moves and stuff. But life moves on, and I 100% love what I'm doing right now. I love my solo project. I really believe in it, and I've got people around me who believe in it also. So I think it's going to be a good time from this point forward.
I think this is going to be amazing for you, especially because you said, you came from a boy band to a single solo artist, and that one hit that we're going to play very soon, guys, don't worry. I mean, I want to hear it too, and I'm sure you want to hear it. That one hit is just so catchy and amazing, depending on who listens to it, who hears it. They know of what the lyrics mean. They know how it feels. how they're feeling as well. And it's just the way that when you sing, even though it's like a pop kind of thing, right? Is that what you would consider your genre as?
Oh yeah, my genre is definitely pop. It's
Yes.
a it's really hard because genres are just now they're so blurred and it's such
They're
a
different, right?
music is
Yeah.
just a melting pot now of all different genres. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just make music that makes me feel good, and that's what I want to do. With, like from always, I always want to make music that makes me feel good. As much as I respect artists that make sad music, it's not what I want to do. I want to make music that when somebody is sad, I make them feel better. I don't want to make music that when somebody feels sad, they feel worse.
No,
That's not what I'm
I
trying to do.
100% understand. You know, with everything and the way that you're releasing your music, who would you say that your music inspirations are?
I'm so inspired by so I was brought up listening to like two primary genres. My dad's side of the family was a lot into Motown and like the Drifters and the Four Seasons and the Four Tops and like a lot of like old school Motown music, which was amazing,
Okay.
like Marvin Gaye. And
The Drifters?
my mum's side was punk rock. So my mum's side was Blondie, you know, that kind of like that punk rock feeling. So I had two different genres in my life, like as a kid.
Okay.
So that's definitely had an influence in me. But as far as now, like I would say, people like Maroon 5. I'm really inspired by Adam Levine. Bruno Mars, definitely.
Charlie
Puth
Yeah.
at the moment.
I was going to say, I definitely hear some vibes of Charlie, because I'm a huge fan of Charlie
Yeah,
Puth as well.
Shawn Mendes is killing it, and Lauv. Lauv is amazing as well. There's just so many, like, as soon as I hear something on the radio that I love, I automatically add it to my playlist, and it's automatically, like, an inspiration. Like, it's already one of my big inspirations. So I just have this playlist on my Spotify that I just keep on listening to, and it all adds up to the music that I'm making.
Yeah, well, I think that's amazing. Now, when you said your inspirations, did you mention the Drifters as well? Because I think
Yeah,
somebody told me
I did.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think somebody told me that you like the Drifters, and
I love
gonna
the
say
Drifters.
that I kind of grew up with them too. Depending, you know, with my father having this radio station, I grew up with all this music, and we play everything. So,
Yep.
and I'm 22.
No, that
so
kind of music is that kind of music was my childhood, like road trips with my family. I would always listen to the Drifters and music like that.
which song do you remember? Like off the top of your head?
Under the Boardwalk,
Yeah.
Save the Last Dance for Me, This Magic Moment. Honestly, all of them, they're all classics.
Would you say that maybe, because I know it's weird to say, but I get a little feel to your song, just a little feel, something about like Elton John,
Elton John, absolutely. Elton John is
a big
iconic.
inspiration.
His music is timeless. I think that is the goal for every artist, to just
Yeah.
make music that's timeless and is going to be valid and appreciated for the rest of the time until music disappears. There's some of Elton John's music who I feel like is going to be listened to in 200 years' time. People are still going to be bopping their head to it.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like, well, with your music though too, even though we just have the one song here, I know we have more music coming. Is that correct?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I have my first single was released in 2018. It's called "Can I Get Your Number," which was very well received. And then I just released "Not Gonna Buy Your Love" a couple of months ago.
I love
And
that.
then I have more music coming out very soon. I think my latest song is going to be out sooner rather than later. I'm hoping. I'm just waiting for a few more green lights, and then as soon as they're all ticked off, I can, send it off and get that released to the rest of the world. I'm looking at releasing a lot more music before the end of the year as well. So it's going to be content after content after content for me.
I definitely cannot wait for that. I'm sure we all are super excited and stoked. I even have your, like I told you off air, I have your tweets turned on my phone, so I can't miss anything, any data.
As you should have.
Instagram. So, when you post everything, I'll be number 1 or number 3,000, depending on how many people like it. But I will like and tweet and share everything that I can. And I also do that
Thank you very much.
Because I also have you on, you're a guest on my show, which I truly appreciate. And I always love to help and promote friends and ways to help them get out there and, get more exposure with whatever. With your music career, I know you're building your whole fan base and your establishment with everything around you. The best that I could do is share it and let all my family and friends and, a couple of thousand millions of people, to tune in and see who you are. because like I
Yes.
told Stephanie before, with being on my show as well, the show that you're on right now, you are all over the world. We are internet radio. We're different from FM because we're all over the world. Like you're in Australia, you're in Canada, you're in Turkey, you're in Italy. You're all over the world right now. How do you feel?
I mean, that's the beauty of the internet right now. That's what's amazing about today. You can literally be heard from wherever in the world. You can be in Japan and Uganda and all these places that typically you would never be able to reach, but because of the internet and like you said, this radio and YouTube and all these amazing outlets,
Spotify.
You can be heard by anybody.
Yep, and radio. Spotify is a really big one. You're on Spotify as well, right?
Yeah, of course.
Google Play, iTunes, Apple Music.
Yep, literally everywhere you can find everywhere you can find Shawn Mendes, you can find me.
And if they can't, they can always just look up. They can Google you, but I know they have to put the musician or the singer afterwards because I got an ancient.
There is another Lee Brown.
Yeah.
He's an incredible blues singer. I listen to his music, but there's another Lee Brown. So if you just type in Lee Brown music, I believe that I come up. Just type in Lee Brown music, and I'm there on Google.
All right, so I'm going to take a couple of questions. You have them on your phone as well, correct?
I don't because I just have this on my phone right now, but
No, you're good. I'll read them to you. I didn't know if you wanted to read them. That's why I was asking.
Oh no, you read them to me because I don't have them.
Okay, so we have Janet. Oh gosh, this is crazy. Hoini. I'm so sorry if I murdered your last name, but Janet asked, would you ever like to make your own album?
Definitely. I think that's first of all, hi Janet.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, yeah, I definitely want to make an album. I think the thing is with today's music, like I think singles are definitely a more popular way of doing it. So I think for the next few songs, it's definitely just going to be singles. Just because I believe in every song should be a single anyway, even on an album. I think that
Me too.
you should never treat a song as an album song. Like if you're not willing to push it as a single, then you got to be 100% proud of it, and that's what I want. Every song that I make, I want it to be like something that I want to push and put all of my heart behind. So for now, it's just going to be singles, but I think it's just going to be there's definitely going to be an album or an EP in the near future.
So we think, like if you release 10 singles, we can put it on an album kind of thing.
Exactly. I mean, there's a lot of artists. I mean, Beyonce's and the Justin Timberlakes and the Ed Sheerans that can knock out albums like that. Of course,
yeah.
Like all of their songs are amazing, and they have millions and millions of people that are listening, and it's amazing. But that's when albums are extremely useful because you can just play their album and listen to it back to back. But I think at the minute, I just really want to put my heart and soul into every single song that I put out, rather than releasing 14 songs and dividing my attention 14 different ways and not being able to like put all of my effort into one song. So I think at the minute it's just going to be singles for a little bit, and then as soon as the opportunity presents itself and my fan base grows a little bit, I'm going to be releasing some albums.
Yeah, I was going to say the fan base, we can get that to grow, a little more for yourself as well. But when you were saying that, it reminded me a little bit of, how the Jonas Brothers just released their album. I know all of a sudden they came back, but everybody, was waiting for that. So you want to have that huge appeal where when you get them all, all your fans excited and hyped up for that, that album you're going to release, you want to have that huge excitement, what they dealt with. But you don't want to do that. You just drop the album and then, like nobody knows about it. You know what I mean? Like you want to build up the suspense, as I should say.
Exactly. I mean, if you drop a single, there's one song for everybody to listen to, as opposed to dropping an album and there's 14 songs for everybody to listen to, and it's diluted and people don't know, which one they should listen to. And I think One Republic is a good example. One Republic's been doing it a lot lately, and they've just been releasing single after single after single, which is good because then you kind of you're going to get like a music video. You can get like there's a lot that comes with a single,
So with some of the singles that you're releasing, because we had, this one, Not Gonna Buy Your Love, and we have the other one that you just sent me, that was your first, that was called Can I Get Your Number or Can't I?
Can I Get Your Number?
Can I? Okay. With those songs as we have, what do you see as those singles when they came out? Do you think you want to bring those back to to an album when you have it, or you want to just keep them on the side as singles by themselves and then just release, more, like, I mean, when you have your album all together with your singles, did you want to bring them back to it, or did you want to leave them on?
I don't know. Honestly, I think that's something that I'll cross the bridge when I get to it. I think it's I haven't really thought about that. I'm taking everything as it comes at the minute. I think I think the worst thing to do is overthink things like that. And I think if people are asking for them to be on an album, then absolutely I'll do that. But there's that much music to be made, and there's so many more amazing songs that are going to come out that I think that as my fan base grows, more people will be listening to it anyway. So I think for now I'm just going to keep them off as singles, and then if I do like a compilation CD later on in life, then maybe. But yeah.
Or you can always, depending on how big you get and your fan base and everything grows within the couple of months and weeks like that, you can always let the fans decide too. And I think that also is very nice when you guys, when you have fan base and you reach out to us and we try to help you, like if you got to vote for something, you know what I mean? We like to help in that situation. So whenever you reach out to your fan base, we got your back. And I think that's what a lot of us love to do too. I mean, because obviously we know you're a busy person and you don't have time to be tweeting all of us back. We know that. But it's more of a time when you take those 15 minutes of your time, or, before you do that song, that you tweet someone back, you make their day. So that's the stuff that touches your heart.
I love like replying to people and talking to people and chatting and knowing what they like. I love taking into consideration everybody else, like as far as what kind of music they want me to put out, or what covers they want me to do, or things like that. I absolutely love to have everybody's opinion.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the best thing that you can do, as you are, like you're still building your fan base bigger and bigger. Just doing that makes people cling more to you. You know what I mean? Like versus the people that are so big and sometimes they don't have the time to. You're just making that time, and that's probably the best thing we could ever ask of you.
Yeah, exactly. I think I don't think of it as work whatsoever. I think of it as something that I really genuinely love doing. Like I can't wait till I've finished doing what I'm doing in the day, so that I can sit down on Twitter and just talk to everybody and see what they're up to and
talk about.
I have a genuine interest in that.
Yeah, or something that happened with a phone yesterday. Somebody lost an iPhone. I feel like I know so much about your life now.
No, my sister lost an iPhone. She got her iPhone stolen. So luckily somebody read my tweet and found her a new one. But no, it's good.
Well, that's good, but I still feel bad because I know on the one post that she said, she was like, and you posted this on Facebook? Now you said it all over the world. Poor Lauren.
Oh, I know. No, it's fine. Like, if somebody's got to find her a phone, and already I found it, so we're good.
They already found her one, or she needs one?
No, they already found her one.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
we have one. We have one for her. She's already got it. She's back connected with the world, and she's already tweeting and Instagramming everywhere. So it only took her 20 minutes.
And see, that helps as well, too, because again, you reached out to your fans, as I was saying, and we try to do the best that we can for you, that we're allowed to do. Hopefully nothing illegal.
Honestly, means so much when that happens.
I was saying hopefully nothing illegal, but I don't know where that goes. So,
no, I wouldn't be tweeting about that if that was the case.
Now, Sandra, her Twitter name was LMSandraXO. She said, "Where do you see yourself in the next 6 months?"
I hopefully see myself touring. I think definitely in the next 6 months, I've traveled. I want to go to a different state. I've just had a show, and luckily, I don't know how, but I sold out my debut show in Los Angeles. So
wow.
I want to try and take that into another state, maybe Nashville, maybe New York or New Jersey, who knows, Florida maybe, and just I want to make sure other states know about who I am and show them what I'm about and have a good time and travel and have some good memories. So I definitely think that in 6 months I can see myself have either been on tour or started thinking about being on tour.
Okay, like we were talking about a little bit off air, you could start dreaming about it and thinking about it, and then when you think you're ready and your management does, and your crew, you can come to East Coast first, and I'd be happy to meet you for also having you on my show. And then
Yeah, of
I'll
course.
have merch, and I can give you a shirt. I'm
There we
still
go. I
working
love
on
a
that,
shirt.
so thank you.
You can never have too many t-shirts.
Thank you. I appreciate it. That's so sweet. Well, yeah, I definitely want a Lee Brown t-shirt. I was going to say, do you guys have merch yet? I was looking on your website.
Yeah, we have merch. I have a whole. So it's through Teespring. So if you just go on leebrown.online,
Okay.
you can go ahead and buy merch. And yeah, it's good. I love it. I'm super proud of what we've got merch-wise at the minute. So it's very exciting.
So what kind of merch do you have?
I have everything. I have hoodies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, tank tops. And soon I'm going to expand it a little bit, but
Okay.
I have a lot of stuff at the minute.
You should do, well, depending on if fans know what your favorite animal is down the road, you can do like a stuffed animal of your favorite animal and you sign it.
Oh, that'd be a really cool idea. Maybe I do that. I don't even know what my favorite animal is, but as soon as I figure that out,
when you
I'll
find
definitely
out.
do that.
Yeah. And then, the fans that listen to you and they know a lot about you, like trivia kind of, then, that can come up and you could be like, what was my favorite animal? And then, they win that if you have an animal that you sign or something like that. You know what I mean? Like ways you can connect with your fans more on the down low. Because I think we love it when you respond to us, but we love it more when you make a conversation, versus just saying hi. When you actually take the time to type longer than hello. Like when you message me on DMs, I'm like, you're so busy. Can you do this? Like, I don't want to.
I am so busy. That's the thing. I just try and as soon as, like I said, the one thing I look forward to is as soon as I finish doing what I'm doing with the day. Yeah. I think it's hard to sit down because I get quite a lot of DMs. It's hard to in the middle of a busy day, sit down and go through them all. But I like to, when my day's over or something, just sit down, lie down on my bed, and just scroll through them and just reply to as many people as I can. It's very nice.
I understand completely. When I'm done with work or radio show, you go home, you lay in that nice cozy bed, and you don't want to get up until the next day. If you get sleep, but I'm a fast sleeper. I just lay down and I'm out like a light. Depending on the situation, but if you're very tired, it shows.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, especially lately, I've just been extremely busy. My sister's in town, and I've had zero time, and a lot of people have been like, "Lee, where have you been?" I've not seen because I had my show. Yeah. Ever since my show, my sister's been in town, and I've just been busy spending time with her and working on other stuff. So.
Well, I was gonna ask, did you have any upcoming gigs and stuff that you have going on?
I don't have any plan just yet. I'm definitely setting up a gig in September.
Okay.
Well, we're shooting for September. Another one in Los Angeles, and then but we're just trying to figure out what we're going to do with that. A lot of ideas have been thrown around, a lot of cool things. If anyone's listening to this and they have any larger artists that they want me to open up for, please tweet me and let me know, or tweet them and let them know.
You should try to get on Good Morning America.
That would be amazing if I could get on Good Morning America.
Yeah, or one of those. I don't know if they do TRL anymore. I can't remember. I think
they do. They just brought it back, I think.
Yeah, so you can see if Steph can try to get you on that too. I mean, they're always looking for people for that, and we all watch TRL. That was the 80s, 90s. I'm showing my age here.
Listen, the 90s were the best.
They were. And I think a lot of that too with your music, how you make it, pop, it gives me a lot of kind of boy band sensation, which you were in a boy band, so I understand that. But you have the 90s vibe to your music.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, there's nothing when there's a little bit of a throwback feeling to a song. I think it's really refreshing, and it just makes a little part of your brain click, and it's oh, I remember that sound. That's from this band in the 90s or whatever. So yeah. No, I think, especially there's some music coming out on my end, in the next year that's going to be definitely very reminiscent of 80s and 90s. So that's exciting.
Okay, yeah, no, that definitely is exciting. I have another question, and then we'll play "Not Gonna Buy Your Love," and we'll take a quick break while the song plays, my ads play, and then I'll be right back on air with you. So I also can let my father know to get the second song, and then we'll play that before we close as well for yourself.
Fantastic.
Okay,
Sounds good to me.
One more question from Sandra again. She said, how long did it take you to write the singles you've released, and what is the story behind them? So that's up to you. Did you want to talk about Not Gonna Buy Your Love first, because that's when we're gonna play.
Yeah, so I'll talk about I'm Not Gonna Buy Your Love first.
Sure.
I mean, it's basically, first of all, how long did it take me to write that? It took very little time. We got in the studio. I've been lucky enough to work with some amazing producers, Simon, Luke, and Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
And they co-wrote and co-produced the whole thing with me, so the whole project, which is amazing. So they're incredibly talented. We got in the studio and we sat down and we were like, okay, what do we want to talk about? And this is how most songs come about, for me anyway. I sit down and talk about what I want to talk about. So we brought up some stories, and I just started rambling on some stories about what happened to me, any recent relationships, any issues that I had with relationships, any good things that happened in relationships, or things like that. And something came about, and I told a story about just a particular time in my life when I was only wanted, monetary things in life, and they didn't really appreciate the small things.
Okay.
And it came about, and rather than writing a song specifically about that person, I generalized the whole situation, because I think that's the key in music nowadays.
Yeah,
to
definitely.
Just to make it relatable to everybody.
Yep.
So I kind of took that situation and generalized it, and that's how I'm Not Gonna Buy Your Love came about. It took a while to finish it off, but the whole idea of the song was very, very quick, and it was all put together within a few hours.
Yeah, because when I listen to it, the way that it hits me is it makes me feel like, that you were dealing with somebody that you liked, but you don't want to give them your all because they're not kind of in it.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, you don't want to give somebody your all. You don't want to.
No.
It's not going to buy your love, so you don't want to necessarily try and think that you have to put money into something that it's hard to explain.
No,
I don't
I
want to
understand.
put money into something. I don't want to buy somebody's love. I want to make sure that they appreciate the walks on the beach, or
it's like
the things that don't cost any money. That's the stuff that they should be wanting from you, but it's not necessarily always the case. By no means am I calling myself cheap, because I'm not. But that's the kind of that's the kind of love that you want. You want somebody who they don't necessarily ask to be bought stuff and things like that. That should just become a part of it.
Yeah, and I also get a feel for him, because when you say I don't want to buy your love, like when you were a little kid and they always said that you get what you get, you don't get upset. Kind of like a situation with that, where it's not saying you get what you get, but it's more of you don't want to buy your friendship.
Yeah, exactly, and that's another thing too. You see a lot of cases where friends hang around friends because they know that they have money, and then they just want to go around there because they know that they're going to pay for this and pay for that.
Yep.
And that shouldn't be what it is. It should be about my favorite times. And I remember my university days when I had no money, and all of my friends had no money, and I was literally hanging out with everybody, and we just we struggled together. We had we'd go around, we'd go to the supermarket and try and find the dollar meals and stuff like that, and we'd literally do it. And that's when I feel like friendship is at its strongest, because everybody has nothing to lose from each other, nothing to gain from each other, and it's just all about true friendship.
Yeah, and we need more positive in our life. So your song definitely is goodbye negative, I don't need you kind of thing, and it's
that's another thing as well. I want to make sure that I don't sound like a jerk in any of my music, and I think that
there's
so many songs out right now that the guys sound like absolute jerks, and they sound like they're talking about going out clubs and drugs and all this kind of stuff, and that's the last thing that I want to be talking about. I want to be spreading a good message.
Yeah, of course, and it's kind of that's what they feel like kind of works as you listen to other musics and stuff, depending on it. I mean, I also listen to country music, and they just talk about drinking a lot, but it's a funny kind of drinking, so it's not that bad.
Oh, that's a different kind of music. That's a different kind of drinking. That's like drinking warm beer on a
cold day, yeah.
summer night. That's I don't think it's necessarily the kind of drinking that they talk about in some of the songs.
No, not at all, and not explicit like that. I was gonna say another thing, because we're gonna play your song in a minute, but when you release your songs, when you release this song, because we talked about what's behind it, how long it took you. When you released this song, were you eager? Were you excited? Did you just want to drop it before you were allowed to? What was running through your head? Be honest. That
is absolutely, that's the case all the time. I always want to do that. As soon as it's out, I want to release it straight away.
Yeah.
And I always drop little hints, and I'll play the song on my story, and my management will be like, no, don't do that.
I know. I was gonna.
So I always want to do that, but it's so hard. It's so hard to not leak the music. It's a really tough thing. But no, I mean, it's all for the kid. You have to have a build up. You have to make sure people want it. You have to plan it all out. You have to plan the marketing behind it and all that kind of stuff. So there's time. It's very time consuming. So I understand why you can't just release something straight away. But I mean, it's all pretty fast. Like within 2 weeks, sometimes within 2 weeks to a month of the song being ready, it's already out. It's not like it's
no 100%.
It used to be, and back in the day, it used to be like 6 months to a year before something was even out.
Yeah. Yep. That's crazy, isn't it? Like, how can you wait that long for good music? I mean, no offense, everything is good music, but there's a lot of music out there that people say is music, and I still don't think it is. Like, I'm not saying anything rude against it, but it's just the music that we all like. What you grew up with is what you kind of feel. And I like to try different genres and vibes. And you made the cut, so...
Well, there you go. I made the cut. That's important.
Definitely. So I think we're going to play Not Gonna Buy Your Love. And we'll be right
Fantastic.
back to the DJ Danny Show on HamiltonRadio.net, stream HR2 with Lee Brown.
Designer bars, designer jeans, expensive ties, and diamond rings, but you got me debating if you appreciate it. Tell me, honey, if I lost all my money, would you stick around, hold me down? Without a wallet, girl, would you even call me? Yeah, tell me now, cause I'm not gonna buy, no, I'm not gonna buy your love. No, I'm not gonna buy, no, I'm not gonna buy your love, but I can keep you warm in the middle of the night. When everything is wrong, baby, I can make it right. I'm all about the vibe, baby, not about the price. But I'm not gonna buy, no, I'm not. I can keep you warm in the middle of the night. When everything is wrong, baby, I can make it right. I'm all about the vibe, baby, not about the price. But I'm not gonna buy, no, I'm not gonna buy your love. Always shopping, yeah, and going out. But if that's all that you're about, girl, I ain't hating, but I might leave you waiting. Tell me, honey, if I lost all my money, would you stick around, hold me down? Without a wallet, girl, would you even call me? Yeah, tell me now, cause I'm not gonna buy, no, I'm not gonna buy your love. No, I'm not gonna buy, no, I'm not gonna buy your love, but I can keep you warm in the middle of the night. When everything is wrong, baby, I can make it right. I'm all about the vibe, baby, not about the price. But I'm not gonna buy, no, I'm not. I can keep you warm in the middle of the night. When everything is wrong, baby, I can make it right. I'm all about the vibe, baby, not about the price. But I'm not gonna buy, no, I'm not gonna buy your love. I'm not gonna buy you. No. I'm not gonna buy you. No. I'm not gonna buy. No, I'm not gonna buy. No. I'm not gonna buy. No, I'm not gonna buy. I'm not gonna buy you. I'm not gonna buy. I'm not gonna buy you. I'm not gonna buy. Keep you warm in the middle of the night. When everything is wrong, baby, I can make it right. I'm all about the vibe, baby, not about the price. But I'm not gonna buy, no, I'm not. I can keep you warm in the middle of the night. When everything is wrong, baby, I can make it right. I'm all about the vibe, baby, not about the price. But I'm not gonna buy, no, I'm not gonna buy your love.
All right, we're back to the DJ Danny Show on HamiltonRadio.net, stream HR2. And we just heard Not Gonna Buy Your Love by Lee Brown. Now, Lee, I am just waiting. We're just going to play my ads real quick, and then we'll be officially back, okay?
Okay.
All right, so DJ Danny Show is sponsored to you by... I'm just waiting for them. Sorry, 1 second. Technical difficulties. No problem. U.S. military station abroad. Did you know Armed Forces Entertainment is bringing their Pro Blitz sports tour to a base near you? That's right, there will be concerts, comedy shows, and athletic events happening now through the first of the year. Check out afetours.com to find a show near you. Energy of the Island Sun, sweetened with organic agave and boosted with B vitamins and 80 milligrams of caffeine for great tasting energy with no crash. Lift up your vibes with the island. Be inspired and become part of the Kappa Crew community. On Instagram @official_Kappa Crew and on their Facebook page, Kappa Crew. Also, check out their website, kappacrew.com, to stay on trends with our amazing swimsuit accessories and great deals. They gave me a discount code for DJ Danny if you'd like to get 20% off. Organic Source has a mission to create the highest quality of all natural supplements on the entire planet. They believe that your nutrition should come from Mother Earth rather than a science lab. They offer a wide range of all-natural supplements, including grass-fed collagen peptides, bone broth, vegan protein, turmeric, spirulina, and much more. All of their products are keto and paleo-friendly, gluten-free and non-GMO. They also have given me a special code so all my listeners can get 15% off. Head on over to organisource.com and use DJ Danny at checkout. Okay, we are back to the DJ Danny Show officially on HamiltonRadio.net, stream HR2 with Lee Brown. So we just heard I'm Not Gonna Buy Your Love. And Lee, my sister just texted me as well, and she said, I love this song.
Oh, wow, thank you.
And she said, and then I said, what song? Because I had no idea what she was texting me about. And she's like, I'm Not Gonna Buy Your Love. So she's tuning in. Her name is Mary Rose, and she said that she was listening to it, and she just purchased it. She loves it. So we're going to play the second song.
Wow. Mary, thank you.
Yes, Mary Rose.
Mary Rose, thank you.
Oh, she'll love that. She's tuning in now, and she's going to be like, he said my name. Yeah, so, again, with what we have with this upcoming music and everything, I mean, well, we said what we think would be, for close to the end of the summer. Where do you see yourself, let's say, in 5 years? What can we see?
In 5 years?
Yeah.
I honestly, in 5 years, I just hope that, I just want to have an influence on people's whole lives and make sure that I've, done my job as a good human being, and just, if in 5 years, if people hear the name Lee Brown and they're like, oh, that guy, I listened to his song one time and he, made my day, I was having a really bad day and stuff like that. There's more people that hear about me and that can say good things about me like that. I just kind of want to leave a good legacy, I guess. So in 5 years, I just want to make sure that everybody in the world, knows who I am and knows the message that I'm trying to give.
Yeah.
About positivity and about, being a good person. I definitely want to have travel the world.
Eastern Coast first.
Those albums that you were talking about, I want to definitely release those.
Yep.
5 years is a long time. 5 years is hard to. I'm all about having big goals, but I'm also about kind of not looking too far ahead, because otherwise you lose sight of what's right in front of you. So I'm kind of just taking everything day by day and just seeing what's in front of me at the minute, without losing sight of the big goals. But no, in 5 years, I just hope that maybe not the whole world, but I make sure that the people who need to hear me, and I can have a huge impact on people's lives.
Yeah, definitely. And I think I have a little psychic touch, and I see 5 years, 3 albums, 1 EP. A full tour,
okay,
and some, roadies. Hopefully there's snacks on that, because you need snacks on tour dates, on the road.
Oh, of course.
And maybe close to selling out Madison Square Garden. How does that sound?
That sounds fantastic to me. I think Madison Square Gardens would be a great. I think Wembley would be the big goal. Wembley is going back home to London and being able to sell out Wembley would be fantastic.
You definitely. Well, you want to.
You know what? The Jingle Bell Ball or the Summertime Ball would be amazing.
Yeah.
You know those? with there's like a Capital FM back in England. They have these things, and when I was in the band, we used to like always watch the videos from like as soon as they'd be done, we'd always watch them and be like, "That's gonna be us one day."
Yeah.
So,
and look where you are now. Isn't that crazy?
I know.
I mean,
so crazy.
You could literally say you were watching someone on TV that you admired, and look where you are now. You probably wouldn't even believe to this day where you are now. Like your younger self would be like, "What happened?"
I remember going to watch my a show with my friend at this place called the Moroccan Lounge in Los Angeles. I remember going to watch this girl band, and I was like, "Damn, one day I want to have a show like this. I wanted people to turn up." And this show was a good show. You know, there was like 100 or something people there. And I was like, "Damn, like I hope this is me one day." And next thing I know, like now I just did that exact same venue and sold it out. So that's like, you know, it's achieving goals like that. And I'm like, oh my god, I hope that one day I can do this and not lose sight of it, because I didn't lose sight of it, and the opportunity presented itself, and
definitely.
Here I am.
Yeah, and I'm also I can ask you this off air, or I can ask you on air. Depends what you like. You tell me. But my sister would like to know if you would follow her on Twitter, and I can send you.
Of course. I'll follow her as soon as like offline. I don't know if she wants to.
Sure. Yeah, no problem. No. I don't want to say her name on air. I could just DM you the name. You know, you know, because it's amazing with what you could do and the music that we have coming out. She even said that you're amazing. She texted me that. She's like, he's amazing, and I was like, I know, right? So.
That means a lot. Thank you, Mary.
You got some fan base growing right here at Hamilton Radio. My dad loves your music. His co-partner Ruben, that's in the back, he loves your music as well. Hold on one second. Ruben or Gino, do you guys want to say anything to Lee? Hold on one second. They have the mic.
Hello, Lee.
Hello.
How you doing there? This is Doc G from Hamilton Radio.
Oh, hi. How are you?
I just wanted to tell you that your music is really, really good.
Thank you very much.
And really enjoy when DJ Danny plays it.
He gave it to me.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay, what'd you say?
I said I enjoy it when she plays my music too.
Yeah, we will be playing it too here at the radio station. So all we ask again is just promote us so we can help promote you.
Oh yeah, of course. I would love to promote you guys and help you. Likewise, and you know, it's always about mutual things. I appreciate all the support you give me, and I see you guys, and I can't wait to listen to future radio shows, and you know, keep in touch with you guys.
Oh, absolutely. Well, Ruben said he had a question too. Here, Ruben, you want to say hi?
Go for it, Ruben.
Another co-partner from Hamilton Radio.
Hi, Lee.
Hi,
great
Ruben.
music. Great music, dude. Great music.
Thank you, man.
Hey, I had a question. Now I was told that you're signed by Sony? Is that correct?
I have distribution through Sony. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, distribution through Sony.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you're not signed by Sony.
No, it's kind of like that, but it's more of a distribution situation where, it's what a lot of artists are doing right now. It's kind of the way forward to have distribution through major labels as opposed to having being fully like 360 signed by somebody.
Right.
It's kind of like gives you full creative control over a project rather than handing all of that control over to somebody else. You know.
Oh, okay. Because and you have a manager, right?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was asking if you're an independent artist. So basically, you're an independent artist with the distribution with Sony. So you have to handle all your.
Yeah, so I'm still classed as an independent artist, and I'm very proud of that.
Oh no, that's great. No, that's a great thing. Yeah, I was just because we're always looking out for new artists when we do our own events and stuff like that, and it's always easier to get somebody that's up and coming and that has a good following but needs to promote themselves. That's what I was asking.
I would love to.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, see, I told you, Danielle, I'll get an answer.
Okay, my name's DJ Danny. He didn't know me as Danielle Rubin.
Oh.
What is the event? What kind of events do you have? What kind of events do you put on?
About the memory. And yeah. And
What kind of event, Ruben? He asked.
I'm sorry about that. Your dad came over to me. Oh, can you call back? So.
Ruben, he asked about what kind of event.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay, just go.
Doc G came over to me and Mike Rich, my answer. I mean, my question. Basically, like we want to do events like raising money for charities. Even having events where we could raise funds for our station, stuff like that. But we actually do sometimes throughout the we do like charities for children, charities for cancer, charities for like different community events, and we try to book venues. So we're always on the lookout for someone who's up and coming, but has a lot of following, but needs to get out there. If you know what I mean.
Oh, absolutely. Then 100%. I'd love to do something like that. So always traveling is definitely something that's in my horizon. So
well, I'm going to keep your contact. I'll definitely keep you in queue and contact with Danny. Danielle, or you know what I mean.
He ruined my name already. It's too late.
I know, right? And try to stay in touch with you when we have an event. Are you in the U.S. or are you overseas?
I am currently in Los Angeles. So.
Oh, you're in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's not too bad. We could probably help him with a flight. So.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Like, I would love to travel. So.
Yeah, at least you're on this part of the planet.
Exactly. At least I'm on this side of the pond, right?
This one, yeah. You're awesome, Lee. Thank you so much, brother.
Well, I appreciate it, Ruben. Thank you so much.
Yeah, definitely.
And I appreciate you that you'd even consider me for that. So thank you so much, and I look forward to keeping in touch about that.
Oh, sure. And, between I and Dr. we'll make sure your music is definitely getting played here on Hamilton
every day if I have to.
On Hamilton Radio. And also, too, I was going to let you know, when you go out and you're performing, just let people know, hey, request my music on Hamilton Radio, since we have it here now.
Oh, wow. Thank you. I would definitely will.
Yeah, definitely. We'll definitely try to help you out on our end. Awesome. Thanks,
I appreciate
Lee.
it. Thank you, Ruben.
Pleasure.
You're going to get that VIP treatment, though.
Yeah, you're going to get that VIP treatment now.
No, you are, Lee, not us. You're going to get the VIP
treatment. Oh, I mean, you're going to get the VIP treatment, too. Don't worry.
Okay, well, we appreciate that. It's very sweet of you, but it's more all about you. Now, I know we're coming to the end of the show, but I wanted to see how... I know I asked you this off air, and it kind of knocked your socks off because you couldn't remember. But how did you get in touch with Stephanie? Did Stephanie reach out to you? How did you get your manager?
Stephanie is... I met her through a mutual friend of mine. So one of my bandmates, he's from Florida, that's where he met Steph.
Okay.
And then just kind of like she worked with my boy band a little bit, and we just kept in touch. And she's amazing. She's very passionate about music and very passionate about the industry. And I think nowadays that's exactly what you look for in somebody to have on your team. So
yes.
I think that as soon as I found out that she was passionate about my project. We started working together, and it's been, like harmonious ever since. So, no, I met her through a mutual friend of mine.
Now, is it Stephanie and Cassie, or is Cassie someone else? Because when I got an email, it said both of them.
Yeah, Cassie, both of them, yeah.
Okay. I was confused. I didn't know who was emailing me. I thought it was Steph. I don't know if it was Cassie or Steph.
Steph was probably emailing you, yeah.
Okay. And I just want to say Stephanie is an amazing manager, especially for what she has done for you, especially with me harassing both of you to try to make sure you were confirmed for today. So I appreciate your patience and everything that you guys did, especially you promoting, sharing the post as well. Because I know, like I said, you are very busy, but I do appreciate you, taking a chance. I was just trying to get you to retweet my tweet. You didn't have to tweet it because I didn't want to take more time from you, but I still appreciate it.
No problem.
And I think we're coming to the end of the show shortly. We have 6 minutes left, and we're going to close with, can I get your number? But this is the time where you're going to give all your social media, where people can find you, and what we have upcoming for you. I know we talked about a little bit how you want to drop more singles. You could release that again in case a listener just tuned in for you.
Okay, so my name is Lee Brown, and you can find me on social media, Instagram, The Lee Brown, TheLeeBrown, and Twitter LeeBrown_V. And hopefully you'll see me on tour very soon, releasing new music and new performances in Los Angeles very soon. So if you're listening in from Los Angeles, stay tuned for that. And you're about to hear my new single, my first single, Can I Get Your Number?
Yes, and actually, would I be able to ask you after the show, before we hang up, if you could do a radio promotion for us? I know it's like another 3 minutes of your time. If you could.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, of course.
All right. So it'll be right after the show. Even when I say it's over, just stay on the phone, and then we'll get that from you real quick. And I'll tell you what to say, don't worry. And then I will let you go for the rest of the night so you can lay your head down and go to sleep. If you, it's too early to sleep, you know what I mean. It's 8 o'clock here.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for having me on board. I appreciate you for having me on the show.
Of course, Lee. I appreciate it as well, and I appreciate Ruben, inviting you to the events as well. We just got to reach out with Stephanie and confirm to make sure that's okay, because I don't want to do anything behind her back, because she's your manager, and just so she knows what's going on. But I'm glad that you're all in, and I'm hoping we can get you to do one of the shows soon when we have one of the events coming up, and we'll see what we can do with you. Maybe we could try to fly you out. I know they were talking about that, and see what we can do. So
fantastic, sounds good.
And I'll be there
Thanks
front
again,
row, so I would hope so.
Amazing. I look forward to it.
So we are going to play Can I Get Your Number? And I know earlier we were talking about the lyrics behind Not Gonna Buy Your Love. Now, behind Can I Get Your Number, when I hear that, is it weird that I think of the automatic Mad TV Can I Get Your Number sketch?
Can you repeat that one more time?
So when you hear the song Can I Get Your Number, before even hearing it, just the title, Can I Get Your Number, I automatically think of the Mad TV sketch, Can I Get Your Number?
Oh, I've not even seen that.
Okay, well, I will link that to you. Don't worry, on DM
Oh,
later.
please do, yeah.
So you could see it and you'll know what I'm talking about. But was this in regards to, trying to get someone's number? Or...
This, I mean, that's pretty much what the song's about. This is a very light-hearted song. It came about very, very, very casually with a session with my writer. We just talked about what we wanted to talk about. It was summer 2018 when we wrote this song, actually.
Yeah.
And it's just about having a good time, and that moment where you see somebody across the bar and you wanna talk to them, you wanna go and approach them. You'll hear it when you hear the lyrics. It's a fun one. The song is just all about feeling good, and it makes me happy every time I listen to it, and I hope it does the same thing for everybody else.
I love feeling good, and I loved having you as a guest on my show tonight, and I hope you stay in touch the best that you can. Like I said, I'll follow you, keep you updated with everything that's going on. Keep me updated if you're ever coming to New Jersey, or if we have you for Hamilton Radio as an event. I would 100% be the first one on that.
Yes, I'm glad to hear that.
Of course. So we are going to play Can I Get Your Number? And this is going to be the close of the DJ DANI show. So thank you everyone for tuned in. Thank you so much for Lee Brown for being here. Cannot wait for more music that's coming out for you, more singles. Then we're going to have you on tour soon, and that's a big blessing for yourself. So I hope you are excited and ready for your journey, because it's coming real soon. Alright, so we're going to play Can I Get Your Number? And thank you again, Lee. And have a good night, everyone.
On, and I saw you from across the room. All my friends are heading out now, but I think I'ma hang back with you, yeah. Tell me where you've been all my life, better yet where you've been all night. Ain't gonna lie, girl, I'm digging your vibe, and I think that you and I could really have a good time. So say that you feel the same, or we can chit-chat, kick back, anywhere you want. I feel lost all summer, now we're here with each other, but it's almost closing time, so baby, I can't help but wonder, can I get your number? Can I get your number? No disrespect, if you're gonna love her, but can I get your number? Oh, Let me buy you your last drink before we gotta leave this place. But I can let this be the last time that I will ever see your face. You stole my full attention ever since I laid my eyes on you. Swear I couldn't look away if I tried, 'cause ain't nobody in here look as good as you do. So say that you feel the same, or we can chit-chat, kick back, anywhere you want. I feel so lost all summer, now we're here with each other, but it's almost closing time, so baby, I can't help but wonder, can I get your number? Can I get your number? No disrespect if you've got a lover, but can I get your number? I know you gotta go, when the night is over and we're a little less sober. Yeah. But I don't see you standing around here with no other, and we ain't getting any younger. Can I get your number? Can I get your number? No disrespect if you've got a lover, but can I get your number?
Listen to Double Shot Mondays weekly. This day really rocks.
Okay, Lee, you still there?
I am.
Okay. You are very patient, and I appreciate almost an hour, 2 hours and 45 minutes with you, or how much time you gave me. I really appreciate it. If we could just get
You're
a promotion from you.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So all you have to say is your name, and then you're gonna say you're Lee Brown, and you're gonna
Would you like me to? It might be easier if you email. You want to email me with the what you want me to say, and I can record it on a better quality mic rather than it being on a phone. Or
do you want that, Dad, or do you want him to do it here? What he just said. Okay. Would
I can
you
record
be
it
able
on
to
my mic.
repeat that again? I'm sorry, my father didn't hear it.
Oh, I said if you would rather, if you email me with some things that you'd like me to say, I can record it on my mic, and it'll be a little bit more crisp rather than having it over the phone.
Whatever's easier. You tell me. I don't know. I don't want to take more time.
That'd be easy. If you do that, then I can have all the stuff in front of me. If you just send me an email, or send Steph an email, it'll come to me anyway. And just say what you want me to say, and I can just do some sound bites for you and send them over to you. Sure.
Okay. All right. I'll email you what to say.
It might be a little bit more crisp. It might be a bit more crisp on both ends.
Yeah, no problem. I think it's are you LeeBrownMusic@hotmail.com?
I am. Yes.
Should I email you or Steph? Which one's easier?
Email Steph, because if you email LeeBrownMGMT@gmail.com, it gets automatically forwarded to my email anyway. So.
Okay. So got you. All right. Okay. So I can email.
Just email that with whatever you want me to say, and I will make some sound bites of that for you.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, we just wanted to know if you could do that, so I'll email you that over, and whenever you can get it over to us, just email it back to me. And no rush whatsoever, even if you can't get it done this week. You have a lot going on, but sure.
I'll get that done for you. No problem whatsoever. And then let's keep in touch about potential shows that you're talking about, and I'll be more than happy to see you again.
Yeah, because we're talking about some stuff off air where we're saying, if we have you, we're gonna try to get you a flight. Like we'll fly you down here, and then we're gonna try to get you a free hotel room. So.
Oh, amazing! That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, if you want to talk to Ruben or anything, Ruben can pick up the phone. But I don't want to keep you because you're busy. So.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. No, it's completely fine. Everything you need to say, just send over an email or whatever.
Sure. And, okay, I'll tell Ruben to email you as well with that information. But I'll email you for the promos. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Lee. I had a blast.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Of course. And I will send you over. Can I get your number? The sketch when I get home. Come watch it whenever you get a chance.
And then DM me with your sister's information. I can follow her.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. She said that she loves it also because you're from the UK. We love your accent. Done.
Thank you. All right, Danny.
Have a great one.
Take it
Thank
easy.
you. You too.
Bye-bye. Bye.
And I will send you over. Can I get...
It's completely fine. I just everything.
We're going to try to get you a free hotel room, so...
Potential show that you're talking about, and I would. Gets automatically forwarded to my email anyway, so.
Oh, are you LeeBrownMusic@hotmail.com?
I am, yes.
Should I email you or Steph? Which one's easier?
Email Steph, because if you email Lee Brown. Put it on my mic, and it'll be a little.
Do you want that, Dad, or do you want him to do it here?
What you want me to say, and it might.
2 hours and 45 minutes with you?
Listen to Double Shot Mondays weekly. This day really rocks.